Alright, this is going to be another one of those odd tie-dyes. So what I've got here is just a clear tube that's about a little over 2.5 inches in diameter. It's shorter than I was planning on using, but it'll work for this test. It's a small, adult small shirt so that it'll actually fit in. So probably need to go longer for a larger shirt. As always, this is a 100% cotton t-shirt that's been soaked in soda ash for at least 20 minutes and then spun out in the washing machine. All I'm going to do is stuff the shirt into the tube and then we'll get on to the dye process. Now I debated doing a twist on this, but I did the incline twist. And while I like the results of that, I think I'm just going to go with just stuffing it in there instead of doing a twist, just to see what kind of a difference comes from it. So let's go ahead and start. Try and work it from both sides since the tube is so short. Try and make sure that there aren't as many air holes or air gaps in this. And it would really help if this was longer, but it's not. This is the best I could find, and I kept kept forgetting to go out and find something. So let's use this. Let's see if we can't push that down a little more. It's pretty good. It's only a little bit of a gap there. So it's going to be all the way down to the end basically for the first, and then when I do the second side I'll just go ahead and push that down so that I have a little bit of room to apply the ice. If that makes sense. Actually, you could probably take a wedge of some kind and a hammer and beat that down in there a little bit more. But we'll go with this. Alright, off to dye. For this I'm going to use from Grateful Dyes, Kinda Crappy Black, and from Dharma, Oxblood Red. So I'm going to do the black first, add the dye, add ice, probably stack it up a fair bit over, let that go through, then I'll flip it over and do the Oxblood Red, and then I'm probably going to pour hot water down it as a finale because it's kind of cool in here. So I want to do this whole thing in about 12 hours, so that should be able to accomplish that. So let's start with the black. I know it looks like a rust color, but this is Grateful Dyes Kinda Crappy Black. And before you ask, yes, as you saw on the label, that is the real name of this color. And it was only available for a short time before it was no longer available. And I assume it was a short production run because of a mistake or something. I'm not putting as much as it looks like I am. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the edges. There's a fair bit that actually fell down here to another little level that's over here too. Now, since this is so short, the tube, it's probably going to take a few cycles of ice. I'm not going to bore you with the multiple ice cycles. I'll just show the one and then let you know how many I ended up doing before I flipped it. So, alright, go ahead and let that melt through. Alright, so it's been like 14 hours, so I'm not going to get the whole thing done in 12, obviously. Let me pull this off so I can flip this. Let you see how far down it went. So it's about like that. I'm just going to flip it over. Oop. Pull that up first. Alright, I'm going to push that down. And then we'll put on the oxblood red. Oops. Alright, let that melt through, and then we'll come back through with another round of ice. We didn't on the first side, but probably will on the second. It's been a couple of weeks since anything's been done with this due to, we'll just call them medical issues. I came back to it, and there's this, if it focuses, this really fine hair-like stuff growing on it. I assume it's the soda ash crystallized. It's really cool. So what I'm going to do, is changing from my original idea, is I'm going to add 3 colors. Lemon yellow and daffodil. These are from Dharma. And then from Grateful Dyes, I'm adding banana yellow. Just going to put those across the top of this, and then I'm going to pour in water at about 150 degrees, so a hot water irrigation, and just let that flow through, making sure it catches all of this open white area in between the, what was it? Whatever red that was and the black. Alright, I've added a layer of soda ash on top, and I'll just pour this in. I'm going to let it soak through until it clears, and then we'll add some more and keep doing that. Alright, I'll let that sit probably for an hour or two, and then we'll do the washout. Alright, here's what it looks like. You can't see a lot because of the condensation. Let's go ahead and pull this out and rinse this. Alright, let's take a quick look. I'm going to throw this in the wash, and we'll take a final look. Alright, here's the front. And here's the back. I was hoping for a little, I don't know, something different. The inconsistency here kind of doesn't work with my view, but I do have an idea of this moving forward, just to see what happens, really. There was also a huge amount of time. It was at least 2 weeks between the black and the red being placed and everything else. And I wasn't really expecting the black to turn out black, especially the ravens. I think I used ravens. Anyway, I wasn't expecting the black to be black. I was expecting it to split more in this type of design. I think it would have looked better overall if that would have been the case. So I have an idea moving forward with this, with the general concept. We're going to try something a little bit different, and that will probably be the next video.